This is Elliot and Jose coming to you from Dreamland Comics in Schaumburg, Illinois on CCW TV. Every once in a while, a book comes along that wows the critics.
Well, at least everything that I've seen, they even interviewed this guy on G4, and I've read a couple of reviews online. And
I've been hearing. I'm with. I know what you're saying, and I have been hearing like rave reviews of this guy too, and it makes me think about our review of Phonogram a while back, or I talked about Phonogram, but this book. Debuting from Boom Studios, Kill Audio, #1. Now, those of you who've watched the show know, I am a huge fan of Boom Studios. I think Boom does a lot of great stuff. In a very short amount of time, Boom has established itself as, really a force to be reckoned with in comics. I mean, they are nipping on the heels of Dark Horse. Trying to establish themselves as, a quality brand with the stuff that the licensing that they've done with Disney Studios, some of the names that they've brought on board to do books for them. This book, created by Claudio Sanchez, written by Claudio Sanchez and Chandra Eckert, with Eckert. With art, covers, A&C, and letters by Mr. Sheldon. Wow. Mr. Sheldon. And you have a Hot Topic cover. So this book was for sale in Hot Topic stores.
Yeah, I wish I would have saw that before I bought the book. Because right there I would have been like, this probably isn't for me.
So you can see the crowd, the crowd they're going for. What is this book about?
Oh, I probably won't be able to tell you because you couldn't get through the whole thing.
I couldn't. I tried. This was like Battle for the Cowl. Remember how Battle for the Cowl when I picked up the first issue?
Very good.
I couldn't get past the first 6 issues, and I made myself finish the book.
6 pages.
6 pages. I couldn't get past the first 6 pages, and I had to force myself to finish the book. Same thing happened here. In fact, it wasn't even 6 pages. It was like the first 4 pages. And the book was just losing me, and I had to force myself to keep going. I had to force myself to read it and try to take the story in. And you know what? If a comic book forces you to read it, if you have to fight it...
If it feels like work, it's probably not a good thing.
And
it's funny you said that because the book came out 2 weeks ago, and it was a week that I had some extra money. I'm like, I want to try something different. I've heard things about this Kill Audio. The art is very reminiscent of Rob Guillory to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And it was black and white, well gray tones with red, with some red. So I'm like, you're right. It looks different.
This is a bizarre choice, if you ask me.
I think it looks fine. Aesthetically, it looks fine. But I'm like, all right, I'll try something else. I'll try something new. I bought this book, and I wanted to review it for the blog. I read half of it, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. And then I'm like, well, there wasn't a lot of stuff that came out this week, and since we didn't do stuff reviews last week, I thought I'd bring it in, finish reading it. It's been sitting in my room for 2 weeks, I never finished it. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna make myself finish it so we can talk about it. And I was just like,
it's an effing chore.
Yeah, here's the thing. I completely think, I'm reading this, and the writing, it seems like it's stream of conscious. Like, nothing really makes any sense. It's going somewhere, but it's getting there. It's just, like, all over the place. And it's winding in and around. And like I said, stream of consciousness. That's why I don't think anything really makes any sense. There seems to be a lot of in-jokes in here.
Uh-huh.
Like, to the person who's writing it, maybe?
Right, yeah.
And I don't get... Yeah, here's the thing. I don't like reading a comic and having it make me feel like I'm an idiot. Because I'm just not getting something. Well, it makes me question myself. And I don't like comics where the exact opposite, that I'm reading and I'm like, feel like an idiot for reading it, like Hulk read. 2 completely different books. But that's just 2 ends of the section. I'm reading this, I'm like, why? What am I not getting here? Why do people like this book? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, I wasn't getting it either. Again, it's...
Is it like the chicken doing cocaine? Is it like the skeleton in the beaver costume?
Yeah,
like, drinking, like, whiskey? Like...
Okay, and then, now for those of you who want to get, like, say, well, you know what, Elliot? The reason you don't like the book is because you're not young and you're not hip and you don't get it. Excuse me. Exhibit A.
You want something young and hip and not getting it? You know what? I read this today. 100 times better than that.
Oh, yeah.
And anybody can read this book.
There were references to Sylvester Stallone in Cobra.
And the Humpty Dance.
And the Humpty Dance, okay? That's my generation, okay?
I mean, I got the jokes.
I got those jokes. So, I mean, if you were thinking, I'm going, unless you were Quentin Tarantino reading this, you're the, one of those total 80s movie fanatics. You're not going to get a lot of these jokes, too.
And never has a book made me want to get high in my entire life, because I was reading this, I'm like, I think I need to be fucking high. In order to enjoy this.
It's like a Pink Floyd album. Yeah, you really would enjoy it better in the right context, which means being high. And I'm sorry, the talking chicken made me think of Family Guy. I'm sorry, the chicken from Family Guy. There's all this stuff going on where this little dwarf character, whatever, Kill Audio, whatever his name is going around, and he can't be killed, and he's got to find the watchtower, and he meets all these different characters, and they have all these funny conversations that seem reminiscent of Alice in Wonderland or The Wizard of Oz or whatever. In the end, was I entertained by the book? No.
No.
Was I impressed? No, because it didn't speak to me, and it just came off to me as kind of pretentious,
or pretentious.
So, if you enjoyed the book, more power to you, and you're on a different level than I am, or maybe you were high, because if you, maybe that's the key. Like the last League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, you had to be high to enjoy that too. So. Hey.
I just didn't know what the hype was about, so.
I didn't get it.
I didn't get it either.
I didn't get it. Cool title.
It was a cool title. I agree with that.
But I want to write a pretentious stream of consciousness book. But I guess you know what it has to be? Just name it something having to do with music. Phonogram, Kill Audio. I'm gonna do mine's gonna be Band Frequency. Band Frequency. Really? That's going to be my NC Band Frequency. B-A-N-D. No, B-A-N''D. That's what it's going to be.
No, why isn't it B-A-N-E-N-E-D? Like, no, band.
Yeah, but I'm saying, that's why I'm being pretentious. So it can be like...
so that's why I didn't get it.
There you go.
Because I hate fucking pretentious shit.
When we come back...
that's like calling the kettle black over here.
Yeah, really. When we come back, another book... that,
oh, God.
Yow. You'll have to come back to see what it is. Hope we see you then.